Okay, today is September 20th, 2011. We're going to do question number 15 from lesson 1.3.
That sounds real.
So there's an explanation. The explanation says f at x represents an expression for determining the value of a function f for any value x. That's very confusing. What they're telling us is this can represent any function. Okay? As long as the function has the variable x involved, it could be 3x squared, it could be 3x minus 2, it could be x plus 15 to the power of 3. This represents any function that has the variable x involved in it. That's what they're talking about in the first line. F at 3 represents the value of the function, the output, when x, the input, is 3. So, f at 3, remember we always write our answer, is equal to something. We've replaced x with the number 3. So in this case, x is equal to 3. It's our input. We input 3 into whatever function we have. And we find out that f at 3 is some number. It's considered our output. Okay? So x is the input, and when we put 3 into the function or the equation, we get a new number, which is our output. If f at x is graphed, then f at 3 is the y-coordinate of a point on the graph of f. The x-coordinate of that point is 3. Okay. So what they're saying, again, if we were to graph this, pause this for a sec, get a graph. So if we were to graph this, what they're saying is f at 3, which is our output again, remember we discovered that's our output, f at 3 is also our y-coordinate. Okay? So wherever on the y-axis, that's going to be our y-coordinate for when x is equal to 3. So what they're saying is somewhere along the line of the number 3, so here's our 3, somewhere along this line here, we have a number, and f at 3 is going to represent that coordinate. So if we were to write our point's going to be 3 is our x, and we're looking for y. Y will be whatever f at 3 is. So what the question asks is to create an example. So they wanted you to make up your own function, to make up some equation. So let's just make up some equation. F at x is equal to 2x plus 3. So I'm going to make a linear equation. This is like in our y equals mx plus b form. Okay? This is our linear equation. We need to now solve for f at 3. So remember, I just made this equation up. When x is 3, we plug it in for the x in the equation. So we have 2 times 3 plus 3. So f at 3 is equal to 6 plus 3. F at 3 is 9. So our coordinate, remember, we plugged in 3 for the value of x. So our coordinate of x would be 3. Our y coordinate, because f at 3 is 9, is now the number 9. So when I go to plot that, I'd be at 3 and 9. This is the coordinate. Okay? That's when f at 3 is equal to 9 and x is equal to 3. That is our point at f at 3. All they really wanted you to do was make up your own equation, plug in the number 3, get an output, and put that point on a graph. I know it was very confusing the way it was worded. I apologize.